Hello everyone, I'm Professor Liang Junkai from the Department of Applied Psychology at Xuanchuang University. At the invitation of the project leader, Professor Li Hengwei, I am teaching two courses within this project. With a background in management and research interests in industrial and organizational psychology, primarily in organizational behavior, consumer psychology, and transportation management, I've designed two courses related to marketing management, indigenous culture, industry, and marketing, and intelligent marketing and indigenous industry development. Here, I'll share the teaching outcomes from the Intelligent Marketing and Indigenous Industry Development course, highlighting both successful and less effective student projects and exploring possible reasons behind these results. To start, let me explain the outcome requirements for the Intelligent Marketing and Indigenous Industry Development course. There are two key assessment points. One, midterm report. At this stage, students must propose potential smart products or services related to their assigned indigenous industry field. Two, final report. By the end of the semester, students are expected not only to refine their midterm projects, but also to develop a business model for their smart product or service. The course covers 4 indigenous industry fields: community tourism, cultural arts and crafts, indigenous cuisine, and leisure sports. Since the course emphasizes creating tangible smart products or services, we narrowed down the application setting to Malay Farm within the Heping Tribe Leisure Agriculture Area in Wufeng Township, Hsinchu County. This field setting is aligned with another Ministry of Education USR project led by Professor Li Hengwei. Malay Farm's current business model exemplifies the 4 indigenous industries: tourism, cultural arts and crafts, indigenous cuisine, and leisure sports, integrating Atayal cultural elements. However, none of its existing products or services are intelligent. Thus, a core goal for this course is for students to envision ways to smarten these offerings and design an accompanying business model. Students are encouraged to collaborate with generative AI to inspire creative development strategies. Importantly, their smart product or service must reflect Atayal cultural characteristics, aiming to produce indigenous smart offerings with commercial value. For the midterm report, students are tasked with developing smart products or services that showcase indigenous cultural characteristics within the 4 industry fields. The evaluation focuses on 2 main aspects. 1, feasibility of the smart product or service. Students are encouraged to be creative, but their ideas must remain within the context of Malay Farm. 2, representation of Atayal cultural features. The product or service should distinctly reflect Atayal culture, making it easily recognizable and distinguishable from those of other cultures, such as Han culture. This requirement is intended to set the foundation for story marketing in the later stages. In the midterm report results, it was evident that students struggled to balance both key requirements. Achieving this is indeed challenging, particularly when working with everyday products or services where marketing differentiation can be subtle. A group in the cultural creativity field stood out with their idea for an Atayal archery machine. Inspired by traditional Atayal archery, which has transitioned from warfare to hunting and recreational sports, they proposed a smart indoor archery game machine for tourists. Their concepts shown in these images included a SWOT analysis to identify marketing strategies. However, critical elements were missing: how the product connects to indigenous culture, aligns with public needs, and identifies a target market. Without these, it's difficult to fully qualify it as a culturally distinctive product, though it serves as a strong starting point. Following the midterm report, I had an in-depth discussion with the group behind the Atayal archery machine, and they produced a highly satisfactory final project, which I'll explain further later. The other groups, however, showed less impressive results, even though they also used ChatGPT. The disparity seems to stem from varying degrees of understanding of the course content and requirements, specifically domain knowledge. It was evident that groups relying on ChatGPT without applying the intelligent marketing concepts covered in class ended up being led astray by the AI's responses. The midterm report results underscored the challenges students faced in integrating smart concepts with indigenous cultural characteristics. While most groups didn't fully achieve the target, the Cultural Creativity Group's project showcased the potential for smart indigenous cultural products. These outcomes provided valuable feedback for adjusting the course to enhance student understanding and application of intelligent marketing in indigenous industry development. Adjustments included: 1, inviting CTO Chen Songbo from Trend Materials for a lecture titled Business Model Planning in the Knowledge Economy to help students consider the market feasibility of their smart products or services. 2, adding numerous examples of smart products and services with each example linked to various aspects of business model planning for in-depth discussion. In their final report, the Cultural Creativity Group made a remarkable transformation, showcasing a well-executed collaboration with ChatGPT 4.0. They identified their target market, families looking to share meaningful experiences, and crafted a marketing strategy and business model tailored to this audience. By embedding Atayal cultural symbols of growth like archery and traditional facial tattoos, they centered their project on the joy of growth through archery. Departing from their original idea to smartify the archery game itself, they preserved the traditional archery experience, but introduced a photo-capturing robot and Magisto video editing software, transitioning from a smart product to a smart service. This shift reflects a substantial change in their marketing approach, moving from a supply-oriented view to a customer-focused strategy, recognizing the importance of addressing customer desires. This perspective is second nature for marketing strategists and should be foundational. However, it often differs from the focus of product developers who are typically more concerned with the sophistication and functionality of the smart product than with what the customer actually wants. This disconnect frequently leads to conflicts between R&D and marketing teams in the corporate world. One of the core goals of this course is to encourage students to bridge this gap and strike a balance, a critical mindset in the era of intelligent marketing for the new generation of marketers. Building on this foundation, the Cultural Creativity Group collaborated with ChatGPT 4.0 to develop a marketing strategy for their smart service, incorporating SWOT, TOES, and 5 forces analyses, culminating in a business model analysis. While some strategies may diverge from market realities due to the students' limited industry experience, the initial concepts are promising and show great potential. The report demonstrates how students applied their marketing domain knowledge to collaborate effectively with ChatGPT 4.0. They used their strategic frameworks to guide the development process, with ChatGPT 4.0 supplementing the finer details. This collaboration showcases a highly effective human-AI learning process, and I believe this course experience will have a lasting positive impact on the students' future endeavors. In the final report, other groups showed progress and collaborated with ChatGPT, though their focus remained primarily on smartifying products rather than achieving a comprehensive integration like the Cultural Creativity Group. For example, the tourism group proposed a smart tour guide service using an app and QR codes at various tribal sites, allowing tourists to independently explore and learn about indigenous cultural features. The music and dance group developed an app with tutorials and cultural insights on indigenous dances, enabling users to upload videos of themselves practicing or innovatively interacting with the instructional content. These projects highlight the students' growth in applying smart concepts, though they remained somewhat narrower in scope. These are my reflections on the semester outcomes of the Intelligent Marketing and Indigenous Industry Development course. I welcome any feedback and guidance you may have. Thank you.